So, hello guys, let me welcome you again for this special session on since your time is very precious and I assume most of I will not be taking much of your time and so I think next half an hour, 45 minutes, you give your time and I think that will be highly enriching for you. So, myself, my name is Santosh Gupta, as you can see in the screen. As far as my credential goes, I have cleared all 6 prelims with working as a prelims head at Civilsdaily and the mentor for this math prelims. Apart from that, I have cleared also BPSC finally, and I am working there also as assistant commissioner. So I just have come from the office and so that we can start now. And if I can tell you my insights from my experiences, I think at this stage it will be highly helpful for you. So all of you know we have less than 100 days for the prelims, and there are certain things you should not be doing and certain things you should be doing. So first, these are the things we are going to discuss. So what are the top things you must be doing because you have limited amount of time, and within that you cannot afford to make mistakes. Then what are the areas where you need to have gaps you should be filling up? Apart from what are the mistakes, what are the issues that aspirant who are in their first or second attempt might commit, or even those who are not able to make prelims repeatedly. So these kind of things we will take up, and some of the techniques that can be used to maximize your score in the prelim. So that will also take up, and then followed by the individual Okay, so you can see on the screen negatives do matter. If you even attempt maximum number of question and you might get the lowest marks. So here our focus in whole of the Civilsdaily and our approach should be to minimize your mistakes because negative marking is a score killer and eventually you might get out of the game. So prelims ultimately you have to have very good memory of things that you are reading, maybe understanding of the topics, and also uh, able to utilize the logic because UPSC expect that you should be logical in attempting the question. So my point is that you have to have logically solve the questions while you are attempting the prelims questions. So how do we do that? Before that, how you can work on the things that you should be doing. Now, just index is little disturbed here. Don't worry about that. But top things means first is that you see everybody keep telling you should have conceptual clarity, revision, and everything. But how actually it works and how you should be doing. Let me go one point one by one. Now, something if you remember, suppose if you remember what is article 14, 15, 16. So probably that is a memory, right? But how it becomes knowledge when you are able to relate the things. So UPSC actually expects you that you are able to relate the topics of fundamental rights within that, and also the chapter of fundamental rights to the other topics. So are you able to relate the topics with one and each others? Are you able to relate the preamble with fundamental rights, DPSP, and duties? Are you able to relate the concept of social, economic, and political justice with the different concepts that is there in the fundamental rights? So that will be your understanding. So actually, whenever the questions come, it will we there to check your understanding. So I'm saying a very basic thing, but it works all the time. And how you should be able to do this? You should be able to do this once you remember the knowledge, you remember the things that is there, and try to link and interlink constantly. So that is you have to be keep doing, and there are certain bring it you here. So what you actually remember and what knowledge you are actually able to use in the exam, it basically function of how you first read and also revise, how you dive into to the topics and also revise the core concepts properly. Now I have listed down some of the methods that you can help you so that you can remember. So once you read, it becomes your memory. After sometimes you have are able to link the concepts within a chapter across the chapters, and also able to utilize the concept into solving the question. Then and if you do not revise properly, it does not get settled in your mind, and then that way you may not be able to recall and utilize in the exam. So these are the things at this stage you must be doing. You all of you must have read the topics. You must be revising also. My point is that you revise in a way it builds your clarity, and in actual exam you should be able to think it properly. Now 3 into 3 into 3 rule. So you have approximately 3 months, and daily you divide your slot in 3 into 3 hours, and target should be at least 3 divisions in the next 100 days of the all subjects. So roughly you have 6 subjects along with the current affair, polity, economy, geography, history, and I current affairs. So in this way, you should be able to complete at least 3 divisions. So daily break down the target into daily basis. So 3 into 3 hour rule. Meaning is that divide your time into 3 slots. One slot should be completely for the revision, second for practice and other notes making, third is for the revising that you have already revised. So that way you would be able to revise the things very frequently and you will not be forget. So that is one sort of a rolling motion. First day chapter 1, second day part of chapter 1, revise chapter 1, and day 3 revise chapter 1 and 2 and study chapter 3 only. So 1/3 time to revision of old study and 2/3 time to new things. That way you will not forget. Same goes across the subject. You try to make the keywords notes, like only things you note. And I used to do this when if I suppose you do not remember the things clearly, or you might to forget, you tend to forget few things. See, in those of the topics you try to follow the keywords approach. Write only those keywords and data that you tend to forget, because that is your weakest part. And if you do not remember during the exam time, you will not be able to solve the questions. Some of you can make a very good diagram or flow charts that you can make also, but the best way it works is that you make a mental map. You start from what is fundamental lights, and then you complete all the fundamental lights in your mind, and see what link you are missing, what are the examples that you are missing, what are the judgments you are missing, whether you are missing any article. So that it will settle in your mind and you will never forget it. And in actual exam, when they even ask in which of the articles education is mentioned, you should be able to say, okay, fundamental rights may be here, DPSP may be here, then it is also in the duties. So education is mentioned in all three places. Where justice word is mentioned, it is in preamble, it is in DPSP also, it is in fundamental rights also. So you have to be able to filter the content what is required. And one more thing for the conceptual clarity or helping to solve is PYQ. Now, many of you already know the importance of solving the PYQ questions. But my point here is that you do it very actively, and because it will give you the most important topics where repeatedly asking the questions, and you can also questions. Suppose this is the topic and these are the questions that has come. So what are the areas which is remaining and they can be asked? So I will explain you with example later on through subject wise. So and in the last 50 marks, next 100 days, and you should be at least giving 50 marks. So every alternate day you should be able to give at least one test. Even 45 is fine, put anything around 40 is fine. And most importantly, you should be doing the post test. Just go through the test, विजन का दे दिया, Civilsdaily दे दिया, next टाइम दे सारे टेस्ट दे दिए, लेकिन problem is that you are not going through your problems, you are not going through your what are the mistakes, what are the issues that is there, what the test is. Because once you go through your responses, then only you would know what you are telling. It should be telling you, okay, these are the area which is strong, because you have marked all the question right. These are the area you are okay because you are making positive also, you are making negative also, and these are the area where you have made all the question wrong. So that is the problematic area. And also you should be able to tell yourself what kind of mistakes that you are making, whether it is silly mistakes, whether it is factual mistakes, whether it is a conceptual mistakes, or whether you are not able to do the elimination, whether you are not able to take the risk. Some people have had this habit, I will attempt very less number of questions because I am not sure. Some of you attempt very high number of questions because you are too much taking risk, and that is the both approach is problematic. So when you are done with the test, even you are getting 30 tests, that is fine. But you should be able to give 2 hours after the test and analyze it. Okay, what are the factual mistake you have done? Because if that factual mistake, that question comes in UPSC, you are tend to do that mistake again. So devise, suppose 30 mistakes you have done, 10 will be factual kind, 10 will be and you are not able to get the logic behind the question. So go through the explanation and see what are the factual, conceptual, and elimination mistake are there. And your the concept, you did not understand the concept while solving the question, then this is even more problem. That way you track your mistake, maybe an Excel sheet will be fine, and maybe in the notebook, and every test and every outcome, and that way you can focus on those topics where you have made factual and conceptual mistake. Go through those topics again, because the test should be to give you analysis of your preparation. Then identify those weaknesses and go through your notes, go through the other notes and work on that. And it has helped so many people. This technique has helped so many people. You can see a testimony also by Rahul. So I think that's now how to analyze the previous year's questions, and based upon that identify the themes which have repeatedly. And if you also go through the previous year's question, you will identify along these themes and also solve maximum number of questions along these, solve all the PYQ. And try to remember every fact related to these topics. So in polity, you can divide, there are four fundamental areas: fundamental related, concept related topic, polity and constitution related, few current affair question, the governance, one or two question is there. Then polity and constitution, these are the only topics where you are getting more and more questions. So you have to do a comparative study, parliament versus state legislature, Supreme Court versus High Court, because here UPSC repeatedly asking questions not because they are in the current, not because they are important. So solve all previous year's questions, identify topic by topic where you need to remember things properly, all the articles, all the bodies, all the committees, and all the facts that is related to this. All the constitutional and statutory will do a comparative study. Who appoints them, who removes them, what are the areas, what are the qualifications for all these bodies. That way you will be able to remember it properly. Now, I have done one analysis for the certain number of questions that has come on the prelims. You can see on the screen: preamble, two question fundamental rights, two question DPSP, and see, questions are more or less similar in nature. If you do analysis for the whole subject, you might just figure out what are the questions that are coming, and this way you will get the insight that in that manner you will not never make a mistake. Similarly, in the parliament, very expected lines of questions: elections, qualification, disqualification, committee. These kind of questions are they are asking. Judiciary related, appointment related, and role of Supreme Court and their powers. So these are the sources I have kept that. I think most of you must be following these only. So I don't need to discuss much, but focus on clarity, integration of fundamental and current affairs. That these three, if you are doing, like, I think you are done fine with the polity. In economy, you have only these 5 or 6 topics there you are supposed to focus. Suppose fiscal policy, so or taxation related issue, RBI, inflation, monetary policy, you are supposed to combine them. See, all of these topics you are well known. I am just covering here to give an emphasis that your preparation should be on these lines. See, the division in the last 10 years. So banking and finance, you have asked the highest number of questions. Trade, BOP, you should be knowing top 10 exporter, top 10 import, top 10 export commodity, top 10 import commodity. So those some of the facts that you have to remember. In economy, know the concept and the data, present data. I think that is the fine. And economy, if you see it properly, it is one of the easiest topics, easiest subject, and highest number of questions. So you have to be just updated with the data, and concept is very limited number of questions. With the books and sources, I think most of you must have been following. I think video is available on Civilsdaily YouTube channel by Saral Singh. You can refer it to that. So that way you should be able to add the new concept that is coming. So 2 years of budget and survey you should be doing, 21-22 and 22-23. All the major concept try to link with the concept of the economy. Then environment, this is also very important. Here I want to focus one thing is that do not run after the questions or current affair topics that coming, how many species got discovered, plant or animal, these kind of things, or do not try to memorize the things very static manner. Avoid memorizing. You have to link with the concept. Suppose question can be on, try to remember the food aspect. What is the importance of the Bengal tiger? It is a apex predator and it maintains the ecosystem. Second, where they are found. So it is found all over the India, especially tiger reserve are there, except in desert areas and the mountainous snow covered areas. How many protected areas are there? There are 50 around national park or tiger reserve is there, 50 around 50. So Then what are the measures that government has taken for protection of tiger? NTCA is there, or tiger census is there, or tiger reserve is there. So these are the measures. And if there is any recent changes that you encountered in the magazine, so I think that is fine. So similarly, you have to go with the biodiversity, all the convention, and divide in breakdown and try to relate all the concept together at one place. That way you will be able to remember. And even this section can be very scoring, because when I was preparing, this was the only section I was realizing कि इससे 20 क्वेश्चन तो आना ही है, and I will be able to at least 16 and 70, because if you only 4 areas there and you have to just gather all the topics and material that is there, only 2 or 3 questions that may come randomly from the international organizations, that, but you don't have to worry about that. You can leave them only if you do not remember, but basic and applied concepts that you should be able to do this. See, basic methane emission, where they are coming, what are the role of aquatic plants. So these kind of questions can be done once you have revised enough and understood the concept and link with the practical aspect. Pet bottles. So I think it's very easier side is that some question maybe that you may not be remember. Now the see, it is talking about the pet bottles. So that we daily life we keep using this. So this is a maintenance also once you have discard that bottle. So that way, but you have to think what are the way you can sustainably reduce the impact of the when these bottles get discarded. So they have asked very basic questions, and you have to know their life cycle and circular economy related to this concept. Then I think resources, if you have followed Sankara, is fine, but NIOS has also very good materials, and if you can refer as a reference, if certain topics are not there, you might go as well download it and you can refer. And PYQ are the best sources. But do not get trapped into remembering species names and location and whether it is critically endangered or not. These kind of things they are not asking, and there will always be a scope to know. So when you go through the previous question, see if you do not remember exactly how you can solve the questions. Find the logic, that way you will be able to remember things. In geography, most questions are from the mapping aspect. So in this section, I would suggest the very simple method, but it is one of the basic method, that go through the atlas, each continent one day. Just spend 2-3 hours one day on each continent and try to find out all the geographical features that is marked in the atlas. Maybe you make your own map there, locate South America, locate Andes mountain, locate all the peaks, major peaks, and I think you are done with that. Similarly, go for the all continents. In India, you go for the major features, 5 geographical features we have. First, along that, their peaks and then go through state wise. And apart from the physical features, in states in India, you have to remember the cities, especially the cultural centers. Tirupati, which hills. So these kind of questions you have to remember. So in India, you have to remember cultural and economic centers, apart from the geographical. In world level, mostly the geographical features. But you cannot do by studying regular books or going through YouTube videos on that, because they have to, it is not based upon the current affair. Question, those people who are making geography questions, they are not concerned about the current affairs, what has come. They are concerned, okay, this is an important geographical feature, so every aspirant should know, that's why I should ask. Now, this kind of question you can never solve unless you have gone through systematically. If you have gone through Jharkhand, then you will know Maithun Dam is there, Indira Sagar, Andhra Pradesh. So Gandhi Sagar on there. So that way you have to remember the go through state wise and remember major physical that is there. and I don't think it will take much time, but if you will be able to solve most of the questions from the geography. So I think NCERT is fine. GC Leong, in GC Leong, especially in the last part where the topic is on the biomes, you should be covering it. What about the world tribes and type of agriculture it is has mentioned, it should be remembering, because they can ask those type of questions along with the NCERT. For agriculture part, you might go through the cooler, but I think all of you must have notes by now. Mostly focus on the cropping pattern, which is decided by rain and soil. So try to find out the linkage by the rain and soil with respect to the type of crops. And I think you should be able to answer the question. Science tech, I think most of the questions are dynamic related to current affair, but do not go for the random current affair that comes in Hindu every week. You have to assess whether that particular, whether it is worth UPSC to ask, whether it can form the four statement from it. So major launch is there, then it is fine. But no, you cannot remember all the space launches or all the defense launches. That is not required. You have to focus on the basic understanding of the concept in the science, apart from the major initiative that has been taken by in the defense and space related organizations. Bring it by now. Why my point only is that avoid those monthly or annual compilation that is available in the market. If you have followed your current affair monthly level, I think that is fine. Make your short notes from them. If you have made, then very good, you remember through, because current affair is not giving worth 2 months of time. They are asking less than 20 number of questions, and that can be done by general studies, by proper not going having 1,000 pages of current affair reading. That is not required 1,000 pages of current affair. Focus is on the basic and the applied aspect, not on the current affair. Gone are the days when they are asking most of the question from the current affair. So, and one more thing, try to link the static concept, try to link the current affair with a static concept. Any bill is there, or any happening is there, any MP or MLA is disqualified. So see what are the grounds he has been disqualified, what is there in the book. So that way you should be constantly linking the current affair concept with the static concept. Simply memorizing current affair news or anything is waste of time, because they are not going to directly ask on that. They may ask something static. Now hearing what is the you can be solving. So my point is that do not on your factual and conceptual aspect. If they are clear only, then these things may work, because you have to have certain level of observation skill, that why questions are coming, what is the significance, how you can relate. So see, logical method or elimination are three type of things. One is fact based, another is understanding based, and sometimes there are blind rules which does not make sense, except in questions it might make. So I will go take examples from each of them, and when you are solving the question, try to keep these questions these in mind. There are 5 topic questions that you will get initially in UPSC. One, fact based, whether you know or don't know. So if you do not know and it is completely fact based, there are 30 questions which is a single answer, whether you know or whether you don't know. So that if you will attempt or you will not, because there is no concept, or there is no logic, or there is no elimination that will work in simple fact based questions. Then there is a logic based, knowledge and logic based. So around 10, 12, 15 question will be there that you can solve it logically, even it is based on the fact. Then understanding based, I think all of you, there is no need to ever emphasize understanding is important. So this kind of question there. Then there are elimination based. So if you know the technique, you might be able to solve, and those are the 20 questions. And this requires lots and lots of practice. That's why I have told you earlier, 30 to 40 or 50 tests you need to give, a quality test that can help you, not the test that you get free of cost on Telegram, or you are doing on social media sites, or GK type of question. You have to do quality test. Then only you will learn these kind of techniques, and this you have to link with the PYQ also. There are some questions which are completely unknown and cannot be solved either through elimination method. So avoid guess and only attempt once you are able to use any particular logic. Now I will take one example with each of these techniques that you will see. Conceptual logic. So in this, bad aspirant, he will get stuck in this first line itself. अरे ये कहाँ से आ गया? Who was H.N. Salyan? I don't know, and whether this act came in 1971 or not. So I am not sure कि H.N. Salyan था कि नहीं था. So he will get stuck. But if you read 2, 3, and 4, you will get clearly the answer. Constitution of India defines civil contempt and criminal contempt. When it says there is a Contempt of Courts Act already, then you cannot say Constitution of India defines. And Constitution of India, never defines anything. It is delegated to Parliament to define. So that way, 3 statement is definitely wrong. If you eliminate 3, then 1 and 2 is right. Even 1, 2, and 4 is there. So in this 4, it is very clear. If there is an act, then act has to come from the Parliament. So Parliament is vested with powers to make laws on contempt of court. So that is a very basic and clear understanding based. So conceptual logic is there because you are using the concept to eliminate the wrong statement. Now, inconsistency logic. In some question, there are some statement which is not consistent or inconsistent with the common sense or your understanding. So that way you can eliminate also. It says in this, it is a global health initiative. World Bank. So meaning to say is that why a water credit thing, it is related to credit or something. It is launched by the WHO and World Bank. World Bank might launch, but WHO has no role to give credit. So your understanding is there. That's why it is inconsistent with the question. So that's why 2 will be wrong. So 1 and 3 will be correct. Now consistency. So except things has to be consistent. It's a rate of growth of GDP has steadily increased in the last decade. So there cannot be a steady increase in last 10 years. In 1 decade, economy cannot be steadily grow. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. So this is not consistent with the normally observed fact. It's a steadily GDP at market price steadily increase at the last decade. That can also be not true. So in this way, the statement are not consistent with the fact that you know. So that way, this both 2 are wrong. Sometimes there are extreme statement. I think this is most commonly known trick. So if there is a very extreme logic or extreme things, then you can eliminate it. So what is a Chauset Yogini temple in Morena? Now read the statement first. It is second. It is the only circular temple. Now a bad aspirant will get stuck. It is a circular temple building. अब ये dynasty था कि कुछ और dynasty था, whether this dynasty was there or that dynasty was there, he will get stuck here only, and he might do it wrong. Because in the first statement itself in UPSC question, there is a trap. So bad aspirant who has not practiced enough, who has not gone through the previous question, who has not taken any guidance, who has not understood the UPSC mindset, who will make every question, if you see, go through the examples, if you attempt first option, if you go through if you get stuck in the first option, it means your answer is going to be wrong in 90% of the times. So second statement, it is the only circular temple built in India. Now remember, India is so vast. How can it will be the only temple? Circular temple made during medieval times by this dynasty, then it might have been true. Or it is only circular made by of a stone or by during his time or that time, then it is true, because it is so vague and there can be so many circular temples in the India or even in one state. So this statement cannot be true. So if you eliminate 2, then if you get, if you eliminate 2, then you get 1 and 4. And it is not related to Vaishnava cult, it is related to the chastity, it is related to the Devi cult that is going on, or you can say it is not a Vaishnava cult, it is basically related to Tantra mantra type of cult is there in Tantra cult is there in Hinduism. So apart which used all the Jadu Tona and other things for the god, which is more related to goddesses side. So Tara and Kali and those belong to this kind of cult. So this is a concept, but even you eliminate one fact, you get the answer. Sometimes there is no logic, just observation that whether this question you can eliminate certain things. Now I go through this question. If you go through this question, you will might find it is that Indian Sanitation Coalition is a platform to promote sustainable sanitation solution as funded by WHO. You see, you cannot safely say or not. Maybe WHO has something to do with sanitation. Government India anyway want to promote sustainable sanitation. So whenever a statement has too many facts, especially 3 or more facts, then that statement is usually wrong, and it is also sometimes will be inconsistent. So you have this organization, sustainable sanitation, funded by government India and WHO. So it has more fact. Recorded video recorded video will be mailed. I think not. It cannot be shared over the WhatsApp. But if you leave your number, maybe you will try to share you the link. It's not possible to share everyone on the WhatsApp. So Sardha, you might share your phone number, then it can be shared with you. So I am saying sometimes if there are too many facts in the question, especially 3 or more, then so that way you can also eliminate. But this kind of elimination, also other of you also can share your phone number so that my team can reach out to you in this regard and share you these things. Okay, so my point is that if there are too many details in a particular questions, especially 3 or more, then it is most likely wrong. But this cannot this has to be taken with a salt, because you have to be very careful. Only you have fact and concept, then only this kind of elimination technique you can use, and it works only on 2-3 questions in entire UPSC paper. So this is only of the last of the options. Now we have covered the themes and other things and ideas how you can solve, but emphasize again, you are supposed to make your own keyword short notes to revise frequently and try to get the conceptual clarity. So make keyword type short notes for you. Avoid all watching videos and telegrams and Instagram, because this is not helpful at this stage. Do not get overwhelmed by all the sources. See, you have to do in actual exam. Unless you believe you can do, you may not be able, you will not able to do. But this you have to do with the limited number of sources. If you get referred too many sources, your mind will be overwhelmed and you will not be able to apply those understanding. Then focus on output, what you have done today, what are the things you read, so what output you are getting. So that should be 3 revision, 3 slots of every day in the next 3 months. So that should be your idea. Solve at least 30 test papers or 40 you can try. So every second day give a test and analyze it, and forgive most of the time or the most important topics that I have also gone through, and you can also identify by yourself. So more you work on with the previous year papers, more you work with your some fundamental aspect, more it will be helpful. And keep the tempo high also. So it is a temperament which also matters a lot. Before the exam, during the exam, meaning is that if you believe you will do certain things, you might be able to do it. But if you do not believe, if somebody else is telling you to do and you might, then it has become problem. So once you believe that you can clear prelims, then only your confidence will improve, your marks will improve, your performance will improve. It will not happen otherwise, that once your performance improve, then you will get confidence. So all of you who wants to clear the prelims, who want to become an IAS, you have to believe you are an IAS with all the confidence. Then only your study will be better, your concept clarity will be better, your performance in the test will be better, and ultimately in the prelims also. So this you have to practice on daily basis, that you are confident first, then result will follow up. Then time during the paper, you have to follow at least 3 rounds. First 50 minutes, then this I am giving a practice test also. So when you do join a test series or any mentorship program, or if you have joined already and if you have not also, then go through the test. All first 50 minutes you try to attempt the 50 question or 40 questions. Then next round 40 minutes should be there, then again attempt maybe 20 questions, because as you move your less number of questions you will attempt. Then after 2 rounds, please fill all the bubbles after 90 minutes. Then you will have utilized that 100 minutes, and in the last 20 minutes you try to attempt maybe 5-10 questions that you have left first. So you can mark a star or double star or triple star, the way you should be able to do. So that able to remember the what question you should be going through, what you should not be doing through, and think question that you are not going to attempt ever, you might just cross it in the beginning itself, because that has come from, if some question has come from the out of the world. So you have to leave some questions also. You are not supposed to attempt all the 100 questions. And how many questions you will attempt, that you have to take a call by all the practice. It has to be between maybe 80 to 90 or 70 around. It cannot go lesser than 75, but also it cannot go more than 95, because that will give you some wiggle room for the adjustment. Now with great pride, let me announce few things that I can do for all of you also. Like earlier years, like previous years, I have started this year also Super 25 programs. It is a select group program. Only 25 of the aspirants who have not been able to do the prelims again and again, maybe who are again looking forward, and who is confident that you want to give the time and you want to clearly want to clear the prelims. I will help with all my experience to help him or her to clear the prelims. So in this program, all the things that I have discussed is there. You have 60 tests to attempt. So on an average, every second day you will be attempting the question. Then one-to-one mentorship will be there with me. In the select group only, those only 25 students. And already before the announcement, I have many of the students who have approached me for as a mentor. Then weekly Zoom call session is there to address all the doubts together, and you can learn from each other. Then there will be 50 value addition classes by me for the most important topics that I have mentioned earlier. And I will be solving the previous year's questions and the new question around 500 to demonstrate you how you can utilize the logic in solving the question. So that way you will learn in the real time how, what question to leave, what question to attempt, and how to maximize your score. So I invite all of you who are watching me, who have gone through, then you can join this program, and you can get in touch with my team. You can leave your number here, and they will reach out to you. It's very affordable program. And also will be a 3-month get together mentorship program, and this is only for the 25 people. So I think it will be better if you earliest you can make up your mind, because I have also limited capacity to mentor student at this stage through personally. And you can all see in the last 3 years we have very tremendous outcome of this program, because I have seen out of 25 we had around 75% of people who have qualified. So around 20 of the students who qualified prelims last year. So it is a very small group, I think it is, but it will be it is a tremendous achievement at the prelims level, because in the prelims success rate is really less. Out of maybe 100 students, only one is qualifying prelims. So you can see some of the testimonials, and it has been very enriching journey for me myself also, seeing students qualifying prelims, and once they are with me, I think their confidence is reaching. So Alok, I think the team will be able to tell you the financial aspect. I think it will be 8,500. So it is a 3-month program, and it will mentorship will be available till the prelims, and even after that if you want, of course, free of cost after the prelims. So this is there. You can see we have many. This is personally for me is a mission for me, because I think full purpose of being in this field is to help of the parents who can actually struggling with the prelims, because it has been a major hurdle. I can see that, but for me, when I was clear doing the prelims, it was never a problem at all. So I think whatever the learned experience that I have, I can share with all of you, those who will be there for me, who can join me. And let me believe you, if you join, you will be better. You will be at least 99% closer to qualifying the prelims, and rest 1% that you have to pray for the God, because 100% that cannot be promised anyway. So I think with all my humility, I expect you again, and this is only for the 25. So maybe you can hurry, and the target here I have set to myself is the 120, because 100, maybe 105 will be cut off, 110 will be cut off, but it cannot go beyond 120. And some of you who might is thinking from the IOFS, that is Forest Service, those are the most welcome here, because uh, many of the candidates who joined here, they qualified for the forest cutoff also. So in the select group, you have 25, and there will be general group also for 50 students, to whom I will be doing the weekly session with them, and the once in a while mentorship call also will be there. One call in a month will be there. And for the select group, they will be with me, and there will be mentorship call after every test, and discuss all the queries and things. So I think I have been clear with the program. I have been clear with the things that you should be doing, the areas that should be focusing, and the things that you should not be doing. And also this program Super 25, I think it's very clear that it will be helpful, and I expect some of you will be approaching to us, and this will be a very happening journey. Now I will be taking up the questions. If there is there, you can type it here also, and you can raise hand. We can take up the questions. Is there any? Okay, anyone? Yes, Bakunt.
Hi, is this program covered as part of UAP 2023?
No, this is not part of the UAP 23.
Okay.
Hmm.
And also the analysis that you're shown in this PPT, will it be made available on Telegram
Yes,
channel?
yes, definitely it will be available, and I expect that the team will be mailing all this to everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Huh. Okay, anyone else? You can type also. Yes, I understand time is very precious, so can take up your doubts. And if CSAT preparation, okay. See, CSAT, it might be some people it is becoming very difficult, some it is easy. So my idea has always been there. You understand the concept of what is actually in this uh, previous year's question, take the previous year's question, all solve topic wise at least 50 question, work time 50 question, riverboat 50 questions. So in each topic, if you are solving 50 question, I don't think CSAT will be a problem. So give 1 hour CSAT preparation daily for maybe next 10 days. As a student, you think you are doing mathematics, you are doing reasoning, and for comprehension, you just understand what is the difference between inference and conclusion on the assumptions that is given in the para. In conclusion, you take decision based on the fact. So whatever you read in a comprehension, it is assumptions, and based on that only you have to tick the options. So that in that comprehension part, I think you have to understand and and take the answer. In other parts, you just practice 50 question, take it previous year's question also, or maybe you buy a question bank and solve 50 question from each topic, and I think you are good to go for the CSAT channel. But the key is the practice. If you do not, then it is very difficult. Hello, sir, I have been revising the ones not able to answer, noting the wrong ones despite which score is not improving. Yes, Ananya, it is possible that you are not able to identify the uh, you are not able to only identifying, and you are not working on the topics that you have identified. So you are probably missing the game, a larger game. Once you identify the mistake, try to find out which topic you have made the mistake, and then correct that mistake. You get through that topic and revise it again, get through your notes. If you do not have the notes clearly, then maybe find out the topics notes where it is covered, and go through that topic again 2 3 times, and try to make a mental understanding of what is going wrong here. Sometimes it is maybe it is a confidence issue, because if you are not confident, you may not improve. So told you, first you have to believe that you are confident enough, solve the questions, then only it will improve. Current affair, how to prepare. Now current affair, I think the best way is that you if you are attempting 23 prelims, then best way is that if you have studied the monthly magazine, then you make a summary from by yourself. That way, if you are making summary important ones, at least 50% you will be written in the first study itself, and in the second revise that. If you are attempting the later years, then I think Civilsdaily website is very good for it. Daily the 4 or 5 current affair is updated, and you can go through them. So I don't think I don't think much of the problem should be there. Every day note down 5 4 topics, and make your notes topic wise, and occasionally every week or maybe after 2 weeks go through them. Ananya, if you like, you can leave your contact number also. My team will contact you or maybe connect with me, so that you will go through the what is the problem is there. Okay. Is there anyone else? Okay, if nothing is there, then you can end the session. I hope it has been helpful to you, and you would be going through the ideas that is shared here, and you will be able to implement in your own preparation, and then you will be able to score well in the prelims and also qualify prelims. So thank you all of you. Good night all of you, and all the best for the prelims, and see some of you uh, to connecting with me in due course. Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civilsdaily.